my god. Jay is off script. Jay is off script. Oh, I forgot to record audio. Hold on, where's my phone? We're keeping this in, Jay. Bloopers, you're authentic. Hello, my internet friends. Welcome back to another video. Wow, I feel way more confident than I was before. I used to get really jittery before I started intros, and now I'm like, yeah, let's start talking. Jay is fully off script, can you tell? Welcome back to another video. So, fun fact, I don't know like the order of videos I'm going to be releasing in the next few weeks, but right now, expect to see a lot of tags. Have you ever just like searched your channel name in YouTube before? I highly recommend it because sometimes you find out that you miss things. Like, for example, I found out this afternoon that I have been tagged 6 times. And I completely missed them. I'm horrified. I don't know, perhaps I'm reading too much into it, but I see like being tagged in a video as like an offering of friendship, and I just feel like I spurned people's friendship offerings, and I feel terrible about it. And so I'm here to make up for it. So the first video I'm filming today is the DNF tag. I was tagged by Cherry Actually Reads and Spencer over at Sphinx Reads. Cherry is my real life cousin, so she's very kind. She did not have to tag me in this just because we're family. So yeah, so I wanted to honor the tag and accept your offering of internet friendship. Woot woot. Okay. This is going to be a short tag. I feel confident in Unscripted Jay's ability to just wing it today, and we will see what happens. Let's get into the questions. Question 1, do you DNF? Yes, I do. Like, my thinking is, if I'm not vibing with the book, getting to the end of it is not going to change my opinion. I would say I give a book about 100 pages before I decide if I'm really vibing with it. If I'm not vibing with it by 100 pages, I'm outie. Because I've done that before. I pushed through books that I didn't like. The ending doesn't make up for, like, you know, the past pages that I spent slogging to get to the ending. It just doesn't work. Like, my thinking is that there are so many other things I can be doing, and if I'm not even enjoying the book I'm reading, I should just do something else that would be either more enjoyable or more valuable to me. So yeah, that's my hot take. Number 2, if you DNF a book, does it count towards books read for the month? No. Unfortunately, no, because I do think that's cheating. It's interesting, though, because I feel like, should, like, the pages you read count towards, like, the amount of pages you read at the end of the year? Because you still read those pages. I don't think it's fair to, like, kind of discount progress you made in a book just because that book wasn't a good one. I don't know. Like, because I would love to see, like, this is how much you read this year. And if I, like, read, like, half of a book, like, obviously I don't think it should count as me reading that book because I didn't finish it. But also, I've invested time in reading it, and I feel like those pages should count towards, like, my end-of-year Goodreads goal. I mean, if I had one. I don't. But if I did, I would want it to count. I don't know. Things to consider. Question 3, is there a difference between DNF and just putting it down for a bit? I want to believe that there is a difference. Like, you know, sometimes you're just not in the mood for a specific book, but later you might be open to reading it. Like, for example, right now I'm really busy, and also I just had a bunch of holds come in at once, and so, like, if I DNF those books, it probably is just because, like, my brain was not able to hold space for that book. But if I came back to it at a different time, I might enjoy it. So I do think in theory that there is a difference. However, sometimes I feel like putting down a book for a bit is just kind of like aspirational thinking, and like in your heart you know you DNF'd the book. Okay, number 4, what popular book have you DNF'd? Ooh. Give me a minute to answer that question. I'm sure there's one. Oh, you know what? Okay, I can't think of a popular book that I've DNF'd, but I can think of a popular show that I DNF'd. Which one is it? Oh, there it is. Hot takes. I didn't like Succession. Like, everyone seems to be bowing down at the altar of Succession. And I'm just like, here's the thing. Everyone is terrible. They have no redeeming qualities. And I don't care about their success or their failure. And I felt like really empowered to say I didn't like it because, like, not to unpack my my college baggage, but like I went to film school for college, and like when I got there I was really like insecure about my taste in movies and TV shows, and so I kind of just like dove in to like the TV pop culture world with gusto. I tried to watch every like movie or show that all the film school kids seem to have already watched and loved, and I kind of like built my taste around that. And now that I'm older, and now that I've watched all those TV shows and movies, I've kind of settled into feeling confident in what I enjoy, and it doesn't have to be what those commonly white cis het dudes liked. And I've just kind of come to realize that taste is just truly subjective, and the Academy, which is just all old white men, don't dictate what is objectively good media. Don't let me go off on this rant for too long. I will take a microphone. And anyway, but yeah, so that is a popular thing. I have DNF'd. Okay. Question 5. What book do you wish you had DNF'd? The Filipinos are gonna come for me when I say this, but I wish I had DNF'd Arsenic and Adobo. I do. I hate to say it. I don't regret finishing it, but I feel like it was to the detriment of my review of the book that I finished it. Because around the time I was thinking, did I burp through that? Let's try that one again. Like, I wouldn't say I regret finishing the book, but I feel like finishing the book was a detriment to my opinion of it. Because like around the time I thought about DNFing the book, I was sitting at a solid 3. I was sitting at a solid 3 stars, and I was like, this book is fine, but I could be reading other things that I enjoy more. But then as I kept going, and when I finally finished it, like other things happened in the book that made me dislike it more, and it bumped it down to a 2-star for me. So if I hadn't finished it, it would have been like a 3-star in my mind, and I would have remembered it more fondly. So it is unfortunate that I finished it, because getting the full picture, it was less than what I had hoped it would be. So yeah, I know, and I was tagged by 2 Filipinos for this. Oh, I feel terrible. I feel like a traitor. Number 6, do you ever reattempt to read a DNF? Has this ever been successful for you? It must have, right? I think that like there are just times when like a book comes into my life and I wasn't ready for it. Because I can't think of one off the top of my head, I'm gonna have to say no. But there are books on my TBR, or not on my TBR, but there are books that I have DNF'd that I want a chance to revisit. One of the books that I originally DNF'd but would love to revisit is All the Light You Cannot See. And I know for a fact that it was just the vibe and my mindset at the time, and it wasn't the book. Because like, first of all, everyone loves that book. Everyone like bows down at the feet of this book. I'm sure that all those good feelings are warranted. I remember where I was when I was attempting to read All the Light You Cannot See. It was 2020. I was in the process of like trying to move my things out of my apartment and pack up and move back to my childhood home. And I remember also at the time I had to give away like stuff I had, and like one of those things was a lamp that was the only source of light in my room because there was no overhead light. Oh god, you're gonna think this is so sad, but it wasn't sad. Like, the point is, I didn't have anything to do, and I was like lying on my mattress, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna like play All the Light We Cannot See, and I'm just gonna like sit here, and I'm just gonna ponder, and I'm gonna look up at the ceiling, and I'm just gonna listen to this book. And I blinked, and suddenly it was midnight because I had fallen asleep. I guess, like, in short, at the time I didn't like have space to listen to this book during the day, and like listening to this book at night was really hard because it would just it was just so soothing that I would just be out. When I feel like I have the time and space to dedicate myself emotionally to this book, I am ready for it. So that's one I'm hoping to revisit at some point. What do you do with the books you DNF? I mean, return them to the library. Like, I really am not about buying books right now. If I buy books, it's from, there's this one website, I think it's called Better World Books. I'll link it down below. I don't want to say it's the Amazon for used books because because the whole point of buying used books is that we're not supporting Amazon. But I feel like it's like an online used bookseller, and it feels as convenient to me as using Amazon, and I would highly recommend it. But like for the most part, like I don't buy books unless like I know I'm gonna keep them, or if like I'd already borrowed them from the library and I want a physical copy. That's the only reason why I would buy books. So I don't really have a problem with books I DNF. They kind of like they go away real quick. Number 8. Do you choose more or less risky titles because of your stance on DNF? I don't know what you mean by risky. Like, does risky mean like books I might not like? I don't see books as risky because like I'm normally getting these recommendations from another booktuber. So if that other booktuber liked it, then I'm assuming there's a good chance I would like it as well. I am willing to go outside my comfort zone, and I suppose yes, my stance on DNFing makes it a lot like less of a risk, because if I don't like it, it's really like I will not spend more energy than I need to on it. I can see how like if you have a hard stance, like you need to finish a book, that you would be a little choosier in your titles. I would encourage you to DNF books. Like, I don't know what I'm just kidding. I don't want to like sound judgy or anything. Like, I'm not trying to come off as judgmental, but like I highly encourage you to DNF books. Like, if you don't like a book, like, I don't understand why you would slog to the end of that book. Unless your channel is, like, specifically rant reviews, I don't understand why you would do that. Like, I would encourage you to set yourself free. I would encourage you to try it. I kind of get it, though, because, like, I get a little high when I, like, finish a book. Like, I get that ping of satisfaction. But I'm like, I don't know, like, just DNF the book. I want you to try it. It's amazing here in DNF land. It's amazing. You feel so free. Anyway, like, I know. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you need to do. Do whatever makes you happier. But, like, I mean, I am team DNF. I truly couldn't grasp, like, the idea of a risky book. And I think it's because I have, like, a loosey-goosey stance on DNFing. And I'm like, treat yourself. DNF a book. Those are all the questions. I really enjoyed this tag. By the way, I do want to tag some folks, but honestly, I'm going to leave that up to Future J to insert a clip because by the time I have a finished product for this, I will have found so many other booktubers that I would love to tag in this. And so for now, I will say goodbye and we will let Future J take it from here. Okay, bye. Well, holy haircuts, Batman. Thank you, Past J, for turning it over to me. Honestly, I think you could have done it in a moment, but this is fine too. So thank you again to Cherry Actually Reads and Sphinx Reads for tagging me. I know you weren't waiting with bated breath for me to do this tag, but I appreciate your patience anyway. If you are not subscribed to either of those people, you should be. They are both funny and insightful and have great taste in books. And to pass the torch along, I have my 5 people that I would like to tag. I am tagging Sassy Library Fox, Cuprious Callings, Illiterarily Yours, Dog-Eared Musings, and Bookish Owlie. Some are new discoveries, some are booktubers that I've connected with a few months ago but haven't had a chance to tag in a video yet. This is my chance, so you know, again, no pressure. The whole point of taggins is just to highlight other booktubers that our audiences should be following. So yeah, but in the meantime, you are the best and I appreciate you being here. That is it for me. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it and I will see you in the next video. Okay, goodbye.